My name is Gary Butterfield, he, him.
My name is Kay Ross, she, her.
And you're listening to Watch Out for Fireballs. It is a Games Club podcast.
And this week we're talking about Unpacking, which is a puzzle game developed by Witchbeam and published by Humble Bundle for PC and consoles in 2021.
Yeah. And we're entering into brave new worlds of short episodes. It is possible this will be our shortest episode. It might also not.
Yeah.
We never know. I expected yesterday's episode to be really short, and it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we recorded the Monster Train episode yesterday.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, this is this is a me pick. This is a K pick. It's going to be a short one because this is a short game. I think that there's going to be more in the generalities. Absolutely, there's going to be more in the generalities because, like, welcome to the conflict zone, baby.
Yeah, it's hard balls. It's cross balls. And if I lose an argument, I have no problem going on my phone. I've got all the best stuff on my phone. My phone is really cool. Game on my phone, alarm on my phone. I'm going to start the conflict here.
Okay.
I want you to read this next line in the notes, and then I'm going to say something that is kind of my thesis on this.
Okay.
And it's going to make me sound stoned. Like I'm going to sound like I'm doing a big, dumb, trippy idea.
Okay.
But I want to put it out there.
Okay. All right. So Unpacking, it is a game. You are following the story of one person by unpacking and arranging her belongings as she moves into new homes and apartments at these different milestones of her life.
Yes. And the operative word here, the thing that fucks me up about this game that like clogs me up, I didn't hate it. It's a short lift or anything. There are parts of it that are kind of joyous, is story. Because like the challenging thing is it a story or is it a good story if it is just a list of things that happen with no internality, no poetry of words, no reasons, no hows. Like this is a list of things that happened and you can infer why, but you never know how. And you never know anything. Like you get to know the character based on what they like, but not anything more than that.
Okay.
You know, it is a very like list-based story. It's like you play the game to uncover a timeline. And is that a story? Like, is it a story if it is just like, is my story the list of the places I lived and the things I liked at the time and whether I had a good boyfriend or not? Like I lived in a certain places, you can infer things from that. You know, and with like, I think about my life with this because I lived in a lot of fucked up places, right? I like fucked up childhood places and then lived in a bunch of apartments. I moved really frequently. You can learn things about me from that. Is that a story worth reading though? Like, is that anything without additional context or, you know, again, the poetry of words? Anything?
I'll let you continue.
No, that's I mean, that's basically my point. Like, I think this is a neat concept but it doesn't feel like a story to me. I think it counts as a story. I'm not trying to gerrymander it out, but it feels like a really bad story, like a really shallow nothing story. There are tragic things that happen and I get nothing from them because there's nothing to it. I have to provide every little bit of characterization or poetry or emotion to myself. There's like nothing there.
So like I'm coming at this from another direction where I understand what you're saying, right? Like this is a series of statements of facts with
Mhm.
no internality, like, and there's a bunch of space in between those, and you can see that as being bereft of incident and overly sparseness of it, or I think the way that I feel about it is that is a bunch of empty space for you to project in and to kind of like feel, and then kind of like just, I don't know, get to know your version of who you think this is, and that to me is satisfying. This is a game that, like, it made me cry when I first played it. And
Okay.
then, like, when I sat down, like, I was in the first stage and I started crying at that. Like, there's something about the sentimentality in this, and also like a relationship to just basically a person's relationship between their things and how that expresses what they value, but also like how material circumstances and those lists of facts sketch out a course of somebody growing up. That is enough for me to fill in. If it was just somebody telling me the story, by saying, "Oh, she had a dreidel, and then she didn't, and then later on, several years, she had a menorah." Like, okay,
Mhm.
well, all right, but like in the space of finding space for these things and just charting the change over the course of the years, that to me, it kind of like it's space to resonate, and that is, I think, what I am feeling with this.
Okay. I don't get that for me.
Okay.
It doesn't feel meaningfully different than just getting a list of the things that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a game that says things that are true.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kind of situations the main character ends up in this game are things that happen, like
Yeah.
100%. And there is a truth that you can learn about somebody from their possessions and
Mm-hmm.
things. That is a truth,
Yeah.
But I don't like when you say resonance, it feels to me almost like adjacent to like a fan fiction kind of thing. Like I know you're not making up what happened in between,
No,
but
no.
just having the space, like just knowing there's a person out here who did these X, Y, and Z
Mm-hmm.
just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
It's like if you're charting a line, it's not enough points for me to chart a meaningful shape.
Yeah.
There are 2 points instead of 3,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I want for character and story.
Yeah. I'm perfectly satisfied providing the fan fiction if that is what we are going to call it in this. And that is a result of decisions that they made in order to leave that space, and especially in deciding to tell a story in this particular way.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, I'm, projecting a bunch of stuff into it, but I'm like remembering similar things that I was into, and, you know, empathizing an awful lot. Like, do you call it empathy if it's something that you have been through kind of yourself, but just like, I don't know. It feels like a little bit of a mirror sounding board where it has just enough detail to where it is not just one of those, because like I've sought out some games like this where it's like you've got a little space and you can decorate it however you want. That to me, that does not work for me at all. Where it's just an
Mhm.
aesthetic kind of deal. For me, the fact that you are taking objects that a person has liked enough to bring with them to pay in money and effort to bring to a new place, like
Mhm.
decorating to a person, or finding a place for all of this stuff that somebody has decided is important, that hits pretty hard for me. But
Mhm.
also, I like what you do in this game. I like the
That's kind of
actual
the part too.
object of it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see Monster Train last week. If you don't like the thing you do in a game, how are you going to like an awful lot of it? You've seen
Yeah.
pictures of my place. You've been to one of my places before. I've been to your place. This is not untrue of you. I take a lot of joy in figuring out how to display my shit and also make a functional layout. that is cool enough to me that a good enough implementation of that inside of a game like this is enough to make me feel like, oh yeah, this is really neat. I like this.
That's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
Like there's an element of like I like doing that in real life, but there's the kind of chore simulator genre, non-derogatory.
Yeah.
Like the I'm doing work, it's work that I find satisfying in life, but I'm doing it in a game instead of in real life. That is a gamer type thing. It's called the Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah.
DNA. Like if that is either satisfying to you or it's not, like it either feels like, bad work or it feels like good work to you. I hated the work of this. Like when it was a puzzle, I liked it. The actual doing things, it's like I have shit I could put away in real life. Like I could be cleaning my house. It was a nonstop feeling I had through this. So that's the cross balls element of this. It's, to me, it felt like the story stuff felt like way worse Gone Home. Like that is a game also where you learn about somebody through what they have, but it tells a story. Like I get to know those characters better. I was rooting for them in a way that was really serious. And this just kept me at a remove. But mostly it's putting away books. Like mostly the thing I didn't like about this was just putting books on a shelf, which is 80% of this game.
I like deciding what shelf those books go on and identifying like, oh, these ones go together. So you put them together like this. Should they be on that side or that side? So we can display this, right? Like that is an intrinsically interesting kind of task to me in this as a lightweight kind of thing, right? I think that like something where I need to kind of put a bounding box on myself is to communicate for the listener too, because this, Gary. I also don't think like, oh, this is game of the year 2021. Yeah. Like I had an incredible time with this, but also like it maxes out it. I just think this is really neat. This is a cool experiment and it made me feel some things in a very, it hit me at a core in a lot of ways.
You cry at everything now though.
Oh yeah, the hormones thing, yeah.
It's kind of true. There's been a massive uptick in you saying you cry at stuff.
It's great. I like feeling emotions. It rules.
It's okay. There's no non-derogatory, but I do think it is a true thing.
But like I cried at it before too. I cried at it 4 years ago or 4.5 or whatever.
It is a thing where it is a victim of hype. For it. Ultimately, we're getting to the end. I told you it'd be a short episode. I want this storytelling method with a better story and something added to it that complicates it or gives it more internality. I want to read more of a text and have less of a being told something that happens and then think maybe that has happened to me as well.
Yeah. You want more specific. It sounds like you want more specificity, I guess.
Yeah. Like more specificity. And I don't need it to be Gone Home where it straight up has words, but I needed to not be asked to consider something because I can do that on my own. I needed to be told a story that then I derive a truth from. Yeah. As opposed to being told a truth that I derive a story from. That was really good. I just made that up on the spot, but that's what this is, I think.
It's first it's one way, then it's the other way.
Yeah. No, I mean, but it is though, right? Like those are two different ways you can experience a story. Like that, I think that's a good description of this. Like we're told a series of facts and then you kind of come up with why that would be resonant or how it's resonant to you. You bring it.
To me, this does not feel that dissimilar from Myst in that way, right?
Oh, wow.
Like what you're talking about is like inductive storytelling versus deductive storytelling.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And Myst, like, there are some journals that you look at or whatever, but like you are in a space that was designed by people, either for, a society or culture that is completely alien to you, that you have no text insight into, or it was designed for like a mechanical purpose that you need to discern by, figuring it out. That is a series of facts. You're looking at, here is this kind of glyph.
That's a puzzle. Like that's a game to just discern those facts. That it is not a game to discern the facts in this. Like I don't think that there's anything that I'm doing to get those facts.
I guess I'm talking about the stuff like that is just through observation in the Myst games as well to figure out what the stuff is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing though, that just through observation is I think that like an alien culture from a book is more interesting than like the third apartment that's kind of similar.
Yeah.
That this girl lives in.
Yeah.
So that's part of it too. But like
more interesting insofar as it's novel, but I think that there is room for the mundane or the familiar in games. Not all the time. I don't want to replace the stories about alien civilizations and stuff,
magic robots and shit.
Yeah. But
I think like that might be the difference, is that like I can do I bring the story stuff if it's about kind of like world building, or it's about learning about a culture.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Like in Riven, learning about how that culture teaches is really neat. That was a great moment.
Yes. Yeah.
That doesn't apply to everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was learning a fact through my own kind of effort.
Yeah.
So I felt like I owned it. And it was a novel fact, something I didn't know.
Yeah.
So this game does not tell me anything I don't know.
I guess I brought up the Mist not so much for the content of it, but for just the storytelling kind of structure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it applies
the
too,
way in
though.
which yeah.
Like I think what I'm saying is like the setting does matter to me, how that storytelling structure hits.
Yes.
If it is just a story of a 20-something girl, that's fine. I'll read a book about that, because it will have, internet, it'll have all the things that a story has. It'll have the poetry of language. If it's just learning the facts about it, it doesn't, whereas I can do that with Myst. And when I play Myst, I'm not bringing my own resonance to it. I'm not like being like, oh man, what was it like when I, did this math problem in a tower in the middle of a lake. I'm thinking, this is neat. This is interesting.
Yeah.
This is cool.
I also think it goes back to a story told this way without the game that is attached to it, to me, also falls entirely short, because it does need to have the expression element of it as well.
Yeah, the game part, what you actually do is always what matters the most in a game. And that is probably the deciding factor in whether, for listeners, if you're going to enjoy this, is whether you want to pull things out of a box and organize them.
Yes.
Like that is so this gets, not from you necessarily, but from people who were like, this is game of the year forever. My favorite thing that ever come out. They were really talking up that story and emotional core. And I think they were taking it for granted that it is just good to pull books out of a shelf and put them in order as a gameplay activity.
Yeah.
Whereas like, to me, that's a toy. Like I can, and again, I should do that in real life.
Yeah.
Like I could be putting my books away in a different way right now and should.
Yeah.
And I feel guilty about it all the time that I haven't.
Yeah, no, I'm a chronic rearranger. Is also the thing. Like one does not work without the other for me in this, and I think that if you take away my appreciation for either the mundanity of what is being conveyed, or for the the kind of like puzzle interaction toy element of this that worked to my particular kind of neurotype or whatever, like suddenly this entirely falls apart. It is difficult for me to project into somebody else who doesn't have those. Well, also and I can totally understand, right? if somebody looks at this and says, well, yeah, that's boring as shit. And I would say, isn't it great? Probably just to get a rise out of them, but like, because I do that, but also just like, no, just like this, you, you say, oh, I don't like this because it tastes burnt. And I say, oh, I love things that are burnt a little bit. Right.
Yeah. And then that's what we're kind of talking about here, because it's hard for me to imagine enjoying that stuff too. Let's get into it. That's basically the important part.
That's the episode. Later, everybody.
The rest of this is the details. But I do want people to decide if this is something for them, because I think this is true for all games, or most games that we do, but this is something where it's like, this is either going to turn you on or turn you off. It is a weird game, I think, to walk away from and be like, 7 out of 10, kind of fun. And move away from it. I think you're either going to be like pretty impressed by it and have a pretty good time, or you're going to come away from it bewildered and angry and sleepy and a little nauseated, sneezy and dopey.
And then confused.
And a little hungry. But this is a game that made me angrier the longer since I played it.
Oh, okay.
Which is a bad feeling. I got mad at this thinking about it. And the last house thing, after internalizing, like she has a house, spoiler, she gets a house. And I just recently moved into a house. I understand how meaningful that can be after, a life of living in small apartments and home insecurity and stuff. I just wanted it to fucking end. I was so frustrated. Like anything goes anywhere. Get the fuck off me. It activated my spiders feeling.
Yeah.
Had spiders on me.
Yeah. I can intellectually put myself in that situation, but I cannot.
Yeah, kind of emotionally.
I can't. I can't feel it. Yeah.
It's cute. It's pixel art. It's played from an isometric view. Everything is real charming. This has like a couple of downsides we'll talk about when we get to aesthetics. Like it is hard to tell what some things are. And that's in terms of the degree to which this has puzzles, that's kind of what you're doing. And it is sometimes difficult, but for the most part, it is very cute.
Yes. There are 8 stages, each taking place at these major life moments between 1997 and 2018. And each house is made up of rooms. Each room is a screen. The furniture is already placed. This is not like, The Sims. You pick out, what kind of couch and what kind of shelves you're going to get. That stuff is there. What you have is the boxes of stuff. Click on them, open them. You pull out the objects in sequence. And then you have to find a place for them before you can pick up another one. Are you a stager or are you I put it right where I think it's going to go person?
It depends on if it's there or not. Like if there's a place where it's going to go, I put it there. Otherwise, I put it on the bed or on the floor. The big takeaway I had from this is this character, whatever her name is the worst at packing that I've ever seen in my life.
That is
like just
really
throwing
funny.
a random pair of panties in your bathroom box fucking sucks. And like it just kept happening. I was like, why is this here? You can't label this for the room it's going in. Like we all know what rooms do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we know what goes in a bedroom. We know what goes in a living room.
That is a truism when you're moving, though, is like early on, you're really fastidious about that. And then at the end, you're just throwing shit wherever it fits.
She never gets better, though.
She does. There's a marked uptick later on when she gets better about it.
I kept having to pull out something and switch like rooms a bunch. Yeah. Like in the game.
It happens a lot at first. I would need what I need to do is go back and play it and count the incidents because that could also be a feel thing too.
Yeah. But it is. I did either. Like I would stage if it was something that like if I was unpacking books and there was a bookshelf, I would start organizing them there. If I was doing like clothing, I usually put them on the bed because it's a little more complicated. She packs hangers, but not all of her hangers. A bunch of the hangers come with, but she packs like 3 hangers per move. So you have to get those out and everything before you can put stuff up.
Yeah. You have a huge amount of freedom where you can, put things. But you do have to put some thought into how to make everything fit. And also if you want to pack things like with like, it is not going to throw a fit if you just have a stack of t-shirts, jeans and skirts or whatever. Yeah.
It's a little bit, you kind of have to figure out what the game is going to care about.
Yeah.
With that stuff. Every once in a while it'll say, this doesn't go here. And I'm like, well, it can. I can imagine a house where this goes there. But it kind of just depends.
Yes. Yeah. Like things that are misplaced, like at the end, will be highlighted in red. If it's especially like if it's in like egregiously the wrong area, right? Put a toothbrush in the dining room. That's a drug test right there, right? Yeah.
Or you're scrubbing down your chandelier with a toothbrush.
Yeah.
I'm not actually saying it. That is not actually an edge case I would support.
There are some requirements for particular items that become kind of a puzzle hook for them too. And that is when I think the game is the most neat.
Yeah, I wanted more of this, I think.
Yeah.
Not the Resident Evil briefcase style. Just how do I fit this stuff? Like, that's fine. But I have save room for that. I can do what are they called? Tangrams. But when it was, what is this and what does it, where can it go at all? Not necessarily like, how can I make space for it? But like, where do you want this?
Yeah.
Like, for example, like I always wanted to put the computer on the floor. When I had a desk like this, I put the computer on the floor and it doesn't like that. As a thing. Some of that stuff worked for me.
Yeah.
And then the times when it explicitly conveyed information, it worked for me in terms of like I was getting something from it.
Yeah.
But like the individual Tetrising, I think is a little bit tricky in this, just in terms of the perspective. Like I kept wanting to look deeper into cabinets.
Yeah.
The under the sink thing, there's more room down there. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Other than those, the game does not evaluate you. Like there is no grade at the end. You don't get aesthetic points. Shit doesn't pop up with particle effects and decals. It's just pass, fail, and you can even turn off fail.
Yeah, you can do it so you can put things wherever you like.
Yeah,
as a thing. So like, yeah, if you got the brain for evaluating how things look, like decorating, it is something that is going to take a little bit longer, and you're going to get kind of more meat on this. If you're thinking about it. I think my playtime was about 4 hours.
Okay,
for this, but some of that might have been, staring off into space. I don't know, looking at my phone.
Just actively dissociating.
Yeah, thinking about my choices. Like,
picturing it like how you would cut me apart and put me in a box for bringing this to you.
Thinking about cool battles. Yeah. I might have been thinking about cool battles a little bit. I wasn't going to dismember you for this, but I might have been thinking about cool battles every once in a while. And mostly from putting away books. It's like really my big bugbear for this. Like you have to like putting books on a shelf.
Yeah.
You will do a lot of it.
Fuck. I would thrive. I would thrive at a job where I was putting books on a shelf, Gary.
Those exist.
I know, right?
That's such a job.
I know, but I want to do this one. It's like when I was at GameStop, I loved everything about it except dealing with customers. If I was just responsible for alphabetizing and making things look neat and making displays, hog heaven, I would still be doing it.
Yeah, I did that at I was an intern at a library. I did a practicum in a library, and that's what I did. It was all right. It was good. It was like good for like work.
Yeah.
I didn't go home and play library practicum simulator though. Such a thing existed.
Yeah. I don't have the first time I played this, I think it was on Game Pass, but like this playthrough, like with me knowing how shit worked, it was 5 hours.
Okay.
I died on this.
Yeah. Definitely different game types in this. Decide which one you are. The story here is really sketched, as we mentioned. We talked about that a lot. You do have to pay attention to details to get those. Again, when those points came up, like the really famous one is not finding rooms for the diploma. Like that is, it's neat that they do that. That is that's where I will give this flowers, and that is a cool way to convey information.
Yeah. What's fun about the notes is like in that big discussion we had at the start, we like hit all of my questions in here.
Yeah.
Like my discussion points. So.
Yeah. I've been pregnant with this game for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm Alma from the End of Fear. Going to the I played this a while ago because we have 2 big CRPGs coming up.
Yeah.
And the way my anxiety brain works is that I need to get the short stuff out of the way. And I've just been thinking about this.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah. I like the way this game looks, kind of high res pixel art kind of stuff. It's cute. It's coherent. Most things are recognizable, but some things are pretty difficult to identify for the life of me. I could not identify the panties the way that they were kind of put together, like all of the underwear and stuff. It's like, what's this little square thing? I don't know what the fuck is that. Yeah.
That was something where I had a pro tip from living with girls who do their panties that way.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh yeah, I've seen a panty like this. I've seen a panty like this.
Many a time in my time at sea.
There were a bunch of art supplies I could not identify.
Oh yeah.
And art supplies were always the thing that I was like, where do you fucking want me to put this? Because I could see putting it in any of these places I put it and you don't like it for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Like there's an eraser. I think it looks like an eraser, but it wasn't acting like an eraser in terms of placement. And I could never identify it. I have no idea what the hell it is.
Yeah.
I think that kind of gets in the way. Like the visuals are very pleasant. It is very cute. I do wish that there were items that were easier to identify. I also feel like something, telling you what something is while you hold it wouldn't ruin anything. Like it was not an interesting puzzle to me to like try to figure out what this pixel art was. That's not cool. That's not interesting. Like I would have been fine if it just told you what you had, but it's pretty committed to being textless.
Yeah. Like a way you could if it was not committed to being textless, like you could have like a picture in picture, that shows like closer detail on it, or like there could be a little thought when you pick stuff up. I think that'd be cool. A cool way to add more specificity. Yeah.
And if you wanted to add internality, you could have the character's feelings on them. Like while you're holding something, your character thinks about it. Yeah. Yeah. Bam, you got a story. It's a different game than you got Gone Home, but like you got a story then. Yeah. The soundtrack is pretty good. I hear it ended up being a podcast game for me. fairly quick, but I listened to the soundtrack afterwards for the episode, and it's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. Good like chiptune mixed with like acoustic stuff, and then just like atmospheric kind of deals. Theme.
Yeah.
For development stuff, I pulled details. The developers talk about this game a lot. I just grabbed some from gamedeveloper.com. This is a small Australian studio. Witchbeam is their only game prior to this was in 2013 a game called Android Assault Cactus, which is a twin stick shooter.
Yeah, has a pretty good reputation, I think. I've heard people say good things about that, but I've never played it.
Yeah.
The idea for the game came to its co-designers, Ren Breer and Tim Dawson, during a move in 2018. Yeah. You know, they wanted to simulate this. They had done the thing, and they're like, how do we turn this task into a game? Like, how do we turn this real life thing? How do we gamify this? Not gamify like you get XP points and you level up, but like the good kind of gamify.
Yeah.
Mechanicify.
Yeah. And in talking about this, they say like, yeah, we figured out the mechanics pretty quickly. But the biggest challenge was deciding how much story they could tell through the medium of possessions. And also, just like what kind of detail, like what can we not convey through that?
Yeah.
The metaphor they use, like, it's like building with Duplo blocks instead of Lego blocks. A beat that they wanted to put in that they couldn't figure out how to convey with the way they told the story was they were going to have the main character's parents get divorced. And it's like, how do you convey that with anything concrete? Yeah.
I would have done staying at the dad's house for the summer, which is something I did a bunch. And you unpack for like a short season for just a room. Yeah. Bam.
Yeah.
The final product ended up being really similar to the early prototypes, even after extensive playtesting. Like, this thing is what it is. Whatever it is, it's doing it. The team recorded over 14,000 Foley effects. So when you place an object on a surface, it sounds real. These were neat. Eventually, this did become a podcast game for me, but I did notice that. That attention to detail is respectable.
Yes. It is a monumental task to hear them talk about it. So they wanted this to be as accessible as possible, as we've kind of alluded to. There's very little written language in it. And there are several accessibility features, including like turning off the fail state stuff. If you just want to fuck around with it as a little room decal thing, you can.
Yeah. Color forms.
Yeah.
Reviewed well.
Yeah.
Mid-80s on Metacritic. It has a great reputation. Like, we don't have sales data, but this blew up on social media.
Yes.
Won
awards, was nominated for a bunch of awards. It's a novelty, right?
Yeah. Absolutely huge in streaming.
Yes.
Cozy game streamers, this was something to feast upon. When looking up, other commentary on this game, I always like to do that. You see there are a lot of just very, very long live streams of this from cozy gamers.
Yeah.
People, that as that kind of gameo type.
Yeah.
This has a lot of knockoffs because it was very popular.
Yeah.
I saw knockoffs before I saw this.
Yep.
This is,
knockoffs. I forget what the name of the Android one, where the guy was like, I just want to talk to them. Like, I just want to clear up this misunderstanding. And it was called like Unpacked or something. Yeah. And he used the same assets.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, this was a huge thing earlier this year. Like, the developer on social media is like, hey, Nintendo's shop is fucking out of control. Like, just sharing screenshots, pages after pages of like knockoff games that are advertising themselves as DLC for Unpacking.
Yeah.
Nintendo, like, a bunch of storefronts need to get their shit under control. It shouldn't be this Wild West this far in.
It's really Wild West. It's stupid. Yeah. The only thing that makes up for it is it's absolutely undiscoverable on the Nintendo eShop. Like, you got to dig down 1 billion pages to get to it.
Yeah.
Super shitty. They have a follow-up. They talked about this in interviews, like not doing a sequel to this. They've been asked about it. I read a Reddit AMA. And they were asked about sequels and DLC, and they're like, no, this story is done.
Yeah.
They're moving on to a rhythm game called Tempopo. I don't know what that is about, but it's interesting that they are giving themselves new challenges.
Yeah.
Like doing 3 games, all of which are drastically different genres. And I like that if this success allows them to like dine on that, like the way that, as much as I was disappointed that Supergiant made Hades 2, I like that they made Hades 1 and it was a big hit. So now they can explore.
Yeah.
Now that they've done the second cash cow, they can like actually do something neat and new.
Yeah. It's something that I respect in a creator, or a creative team, right?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to go room by room, and we're going to talk about the things you learn in this. The actual mechanic, the verb of this game is putting things, organizing them, or finding a place for them. Generally, sometimes you learn something, sometimes you're just doing it for the love of the game, and that is the verb.
That's unpacking, baby.
Yeah, it's unpacking. So it's not really we're talking about that stuff. It is because it doesn't usually apply, but you do learn some things.
Yes. So the first level is May 1997. This is your character moving into her first bedroom, like her first bedroom on her own. And it's a little kid's room. Like there's a lofted bed, there's a desk underneath it. And this is kind of a tutorial level. In just one room, everything is pretty clear. There are no clothes to deal with.
Yeah. It's before you wear clothes. Like you just go naked in the backyard and they fill it with kitty litter.
Yeah.
And just
spray you down every once in a while.
Yeah. Spray it down, throw a live chicken out there once a week. And we learned again the traits of her. She's artistic. She likes to draw. She likes to read. She likes like toys. She has a bunch of action figures. She'll get more. A lot of them are kind of anime inspired. She loves plushes or stuffies, depending on which part of the country you're in. And she likes video games.
Yes. She has a Game Boy. You can buy all of those plushes. Like there's a website that sells them, including the chickens. Yeah.
It's a cute, I know that they didn't do this cynically, the developers. But this game taking off on fan gamer is not surprising.
Oh,
and those plushes taking off on fan gamer is not surprising.
Yeah, they're good designs.
Yeah.
Other stuff. She is Jewish. There's a dreidel that you find in her stuff. Also, she has been to London. As you go at certain milestones, she has gone and traveled. Like this is the first of these. Like she has a souvenir, like red double-decker bus. She's
able to travel. She has a stuffed pig that's her favorite. There's a framed drawing of it. It shows up on the title screen of this. It's the famous Unpacking pig.
Yeah.
And this first one has a puzzle that felt like a dirty play a little bit to me. Okay. Not because because there's no clothes in this one. The last object is her diary, and you had to put it under her pillow as a thing. That makes sense. You hide your diary. There wasn't anything to me that indicated I could lift up a pillow.
Yeah.
Or like interface with the world. I think that if this had come where I had done more drawers and cabinets and stuff, I might have thought of that.
Yeah. I think all you get, there's like a one drawer on the desk and there's like a sliding door cabinet.
Yeah. I also I wish you could have put it under the bed, which is another place you can hide a diary.
Yeah. Hiding a diary under your pillow is maniac behavior. That'll disrupt your sleep.
You fucking sleep on that thing.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's functional. Come on.
Yeah. But she has a diary.
Yes.
And she hides under her pillow like a little girl might.
Yes.
In January 2004, she moves into her first college apartment. It's a really small apartment. She gets a computer, a tower computer, 2004 era. She has better art supplies. She has one of those little posable human figures. And when you click on it, it switches through different poses, which is a really cute detail.
Yeah. When you rotate it as well, it'll have like different ones. I liked finding a place for that and making it look cool. She's also like developing like a pop culture identity here. She has a movie collection, some of which you can recognize. Like I saw Ghost World in here. There's Donnie Darko. I think there's Brokeback Mountain somewhere at some point. Yeah, just actual covers and things.
Yeah, this will happen with games as well. You kind of see a low detail kind of pixel version of something you recognize the imagery from. Since then, she's gone to Paris. She has a little Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
And her stuffed pig gets dingier, and this is going to happen as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Get some wear.
Yeah, his bow tie is missing. I still have plushes from when I was a little kid, and they are worse for the wear, Gary.
Again, a true thing.
But then you pull out some toothbrush and toothpaste, and if you're not like paying attention to the edge of the screen, you don't see the arrows. Oh, there are other rooms to fill here.
Yeah.
So like this is an itty bitty little apartment, but there's a kitchenette and there's a bathroom.
It's not a one room apartment. Literally, it's not a Japanese micro apartment. The interface for this is you use the shoulder button to cycle through them, or you can look at the map. And there's a map, so you can go directly to a room.
Yes,
if you'd like to. Things are very haphazardly packed. You're going back and forth between rooms a lot. This, I kept wanting to be able to move a box. Between rooms. Not CinemaSinsing this for not being realistic, but like, I don't know. That seems like that could have been an engine. I would have loved to move this box over here that only has bathroom stuff into the bathroom. And then you get the bathroom and the kitchen, which are slightly more challenging. There are more places that are inappropriate. The drawers they're kind of a weird space in this. Like, the way things take up space in this is like it would if it were a 2D sticker on something, not like it's a thing.
Yeah, so it can't overlap or something.
Yes.
You're not utilizing like 3D space on this. You're just kind of doing Tetris as you rotate and try and maximize this the space in here. There's lots of little stuff too. Like you're trying to account for. I don't know that I need to dedicate a third of my drawer to fingernail clippers, but also that's the resolution we're at.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
In March 2007, she's graduated and she moves in with roommates. So you have to work around their stuff, and you don't have access to all the rooms.
Right.
There are rooms that you don't get to go into.
Yeah. So it is not a blank slate. And now we're learning about the roommates as well over these five rooms. There's like a dining room now, and there's a living room too.
Since we know these things about her, she's an action figure, dorky movie video game fan. She moved in with a bunch of dorks.
Yeah.
Her roommates are cosplayers. There is who is it? Is it Inuyasha? There's like an incomplete cosplay, or Sailor Jupiter incomplete cosplay.
It's like a sailor. There's a sewing mannequin that has like an incomplete like Sailor Moon outfit on it. It's orange. Yeah. I don't know that corresponds to any of them. Yeah. Jupiter's
it's one of the planets that doesn't exist anymore. It's Sailor Planet X.
It doesn't have any
the five of a kind sailor.
And these people are sloppy as well.
Yeah, that's roommates.
Yeah, that's roommates.
They love tabletop gaming, and they leave their stuff out.
Yes,
for this.
Yeah, and she's got a little miniature here. Her mini's a bard, so she's kind of like fitting in, and she picks up this hobby from them and continues with it as well.
Yes,
which is a fun little beat.
She has a work uniform. She works at a grocery store. She has a little apron. For this, she has a flat screen computer, as was the style at the time. 2007, and she's gone on another vacation, Italy. There's a leaning tower of Pisa. This woman world travels like fucking crazy.
Yeah. In a way that is very
a very wealthy person from a very wealthy family.
Or just somebody who lives in Europe, and it's like crossing state lines. The plugs are all fucked up. Yeah. So this is not American.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So they probably just taken the Euro rail or something.
Yeah.
And she has a GameCube. The roommates already had a PS2, and there are a couple of GameCube games you can also recognize.
Yeah, Animal Crossing is there that you can see.
Yeah, of course she likes Animal Crossing.
It's a game where you do a lot of this stuff. Animal Crossing doesn't work for me. You have to talk to shitty neighbors. And town is full of people who want to jaw your ear off. Sucks.
Yeah, there's a lot of talking in Animal Crossing. Again, though, like I, it's such a stupid thing to say, and I keep harping on it this fall. But you have to like the thing the game is doing if you're going to like it.
Yeah,
And the people who love Animal Crossing, they love decorations and they love learning about those little monsters that live in the town, the little like kaiju.
Yeah,
that charge you rent, like the rent kaiju.
Human scale kaiju landlords.
Yeah, yeah. Like Tom Nook is something in a rent kaiju.
Something in a blight upon this land.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And like 2010, September 2010, this is like the kind of like one of the big downward turns. This starts her like she's graduated. And she gets a boyfriend. She's moving into this apartment, and you look at it, it's just like moving in with a roommate, except everything is like super modern, very Patrick Bateman apartment. He is clearly very much richer than her and has much nicer things. And the stuff from her house and from the roommate house looks very out of place here.
Yeah. Yep. He's got weightlifting stuff and music stuff. She got a ukulele at this point, to play music as well. Of course, it's a ukulele.
Yep.
The kitchen. I mean, fucking the pamplemousse energy off of this is incredible. I wonder if part of my failure to connect with this is I don't think I would like this girl very much.
Okay,
this is too many hobbies.
Oh,
it is
like something in a lady who has less going on.
Just like every single possible thing going on. This woman has no time for anything.
She's a dabbler. Yeah.
Yes, a dabbler, but she's also kind of an Amanda Palmer, like in terms of, like I get a new stuffed animal every time I move to a new place, and I play the ukulele, and fucking I play the ukulele. So it's but there's a vibe to this.
This is twee as hell, and you either have to be able to kind of like look past that or vibe with it. I know that you cannot.
He's really into coffee. One of the story details I like about this is that she picks that up. As she moves forward, she realizes she likes coffee, like fancy coffee, and picks up some fancy coffee.
Yeah. When you click the, I'm done button to go forward, whatever room you're on, turns into a photo in an album. That's like the level select. And depending on which room you're on, it has a different description. And this one's like, I didn't know there was anything more than instant coffee or something like that. So it's a little obnoxious that he has like 10 different ways to make coffee here, but I do like that she found her favorite and then carries it forward.
Yeah. He has they have something in common. Yes. Like I also read the interview thing. We're getting to the point. This is the closest thing the game has to a villain.
Yeah.
Is the boyfriend. And this is, a very famous part of this game is there's some things there just isn't space for.
Yeah.
The laptop and drawing tablet have to go on a kitchen island, because there's not a dedicated desk place, and she can't put her diploma up on the wall. Yeah. So she hides it under her bed. The kind of thing that, would be like, what the hell? I'll move a poster. The developers in interviews said that the boyfriend came off like very unlikable, and they didn't set out for that. Yeah. I think that is what happens when you don't have internality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the way I read this is a bad fit, not this person's a villain. If you read about it, this person is abusive. People talk about this guy like they talk about the villain of mouthwashing.
Yeah.
For having, posters up. She moved in when he was already moved in.
Yeah.
Like as a thing.
Yeah, I don't. I think that it's the bad fit thing to make him into an outright villain. Also, like if this was a real story, this would be something they would talk about. They would communicate and say, like, I need a workspace. Like it would be really important to have my diploma up. Can we make some space for that?
Can you move a poster slightly?
Yeah,
I think I tried to put the diploma over the toilet, which I think is hilarious, but she wouldn't do it.
Oh yeah, no, I've got. But putting a diploma over the toilet is the way to go. Yeah. Any award that I have, I do have hung up in the little half bathroom I don't use.
Yeah, it's real fun. And I did that. I was like, cool, I found everything. She's like, no, diploma can't go there. It has to hide under the bed. And I'm like, not only do you have too many hobbies, but you have no sense of humor, lady. This would be so much funnier if you did this.
Yeah.
So, and this is again, the way this game, I feel like it doesn't tell me a story, but it does tell me true things. moving in with somebody who already lives somewhere is a challenge.
Yes.
It's a communication challenge, and it is a test for a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
To do this, that is a real thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't hack it. The test, they failed. They're incompatible.
Right. And 2012, she has to do this, a milestone instead of a milestone. She has to move back home. And things didn't work out. So you have to move back into her bedroom, which has been turned into the computer room.
Computer room, yeah.
Yeah. It's a father's gift. You have to take away a father's gift and convert it from the arts and craft room back into a bedroom.
A daughter's triumph. It's an arts and craft room, again, suggesting that's probably where she got her interest in that from.
Mm-hmm.
She has a place to work on her own stuff. She can put her diploma up now.
Yeah.
She has a DS.
Mm-hmm.
But she started developing some chronic pains.
Yes. They're like lower back pain patches now. And a lot of her old stuff is here, which will happen if your parents live in the same place for a long time. Like she has her old dreidel and her Tamagotchi from before.
Yep. Yeah. And then the big kind of takeaway from this is a short level.
Mm-hmm.
She has a photo of her and her ex-boyfriend. You can't put that up on her corkboard with the rest of her photos. You have to hide it in a cabinet.
Yes,
basically.
It cannot be out in plain sight. If you do put it up on the corkboard, there's the thumbtack right through his face, which is cute.
Yeah, it was not an amicable breakup. There we go.
Yeah, right.
Amicable breakup. I wasn't. I had to get that out. It was difficult. Why us for thanking our producerman? Like, yeah, just
I'm gonna go kill Miss Penny now.
Yeah. I'll kill Miss Penny now. She only stays there for a short time. She stays there for about half a year.
Yeah. In January 2013, she goes out and lives on her own for the first time. I guess there was the college apartment, but this is adult living. She has an apartment. It's a little bit run down, but you're not working around anybody else's stuff. And she has an office.
Yep. This is the apartment that has the brick.
Yes.
Right? Like a lot of brick stuff, which is difficult because you can't mount things to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it adds a little bit of an extra wrinkle there.
Yeah.
She has an office. She has a 2-bedroom, so she can set up a place for her art supplies and her computer. Mm-hmm. She still works at the grocery store, so she's a struggling artist, basically. Yeah. She has patched up her stuffed animal. Its belly had opened up last time, but now it's patched up.
Yeah.
And she now has a menorah. She's graduated from dreidel to menorah, the biggest Digimon evolution that there is.
Pokeball.
Like Dreidelon has evolved into a menorah row.
Yeah. And I read this as like, she didn't have any religious stuff before, but something about this, milestone, the struggle caused her to pick it back up, right? Yeah. Get back in touch with it, which is nice.
Yeah. Possibly exposure to her parents.
Yeah.
Who are obviously into it.
Yeah. And she's been traveling again the past couple places and no new shit. Here though, she's been to the Netherlands. She has a windmill.
Mm-hmm. In November 2015, we have that same apartment. The furniture is nicer. Some things are kind of repaired, but the bed is moved out from the wall and there's a nightstand on that side because her girlfriend is moving in. She's either bi or discovered she's gay. Yes. Either or. I think the developer is bi.
Mm-hmm.
The main lady developer. Not that matters.
Yeah, I don't know. At first I thought they were married. They described them the co-developers spearters. Not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a kind of like a queer coming of age story here, and I think that is, I'll speak this as a queer person. I think that is something that causes the boyfriend in the previous one to be much more vilified. It is a bad fit, and the fact that it's just like, oh, this didn't work because I tried to be straight and I didn't. I think that there can be a certain amount of like displaced resentment on that. It's not his fault that she's gay.
No, if she is indeed. If she is indeed gay and not bi. Yeah. I won't stand for bi erasure on this podcast.
I am not going to erase bi people. I was using it as a catch-all queer.
Yeah. No, it is true. I think that is probably part of, and I also think that the queerness of this story list of facts is something that caused a lot of additional resonance in this game as well.
Yeah.
We talk about that from time to time. There is a starved for representation-ness. I think that something that can happen sometimes in queer game audiences is like, if something has gay people in it, it's up a letter grade, you know? And I understand why that happens. It's not relatable to me, but I understand it because, you know, starved for representation, you know?
Yeah.
Want stories that reflect you, kind of regardless of what it is, you get a little bonus.
Yeah.
You know, like that is a thing that I recognize as a thing that is going to not transfer to me.
It's a little bit of a leg up just because this is a game that is about growing up, and part of recognizing your queer, you only get that after a certain amount of getting to know yourself, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, for me it was important to see somebody going through that, right?
Yeah.
So guilty as charged.
Her girlfriend has moved in. She is Indian, and she has a bunch of things from her heritage from this. She loves plants. You know, there are more dresses and makeup. She has a slightly different style.
Yeah, much more femme. Like our character only has one dress, has some flannels and stuff.
Yeah.
There's
an anime that the girlfriend likes called Antihero.
Yeah,
it's going to keep showing up.
Has all kinds of merch from that, which is very cute. There's a shadow box that holds a movie ticket from their first date. That is literally just me filling in details on that. It is just a shadow box with a ticket, but
I mean, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
And she's been to Sweden. She keeps traveling. She's rich as hell. She has so much money. She goes to a new European country every year, basically.
And her work is paying off. She's kind of coming into her own there. She has an art award to display, even though she is still working at the grocery store. You do still have the apron and stuff.
Yep. And then the finale happened in July 2018, where the main character and her wife move into a house. They get a house with a nursery. They've made it.
And this place is gigantic. There's a walk-in closet. There's a dining room. There's a nursery here. Bunch of different places. There's even like a spare half bedroom or spare half bathroom. Down. It's got 1/4 of a twin bed. It's a half bedroom.
It's got a roomy single in it. They've been to India, presumably to meet the wife's parents. There's an elephant figurine. And there are photos of the main character with her girlfriend or wife's family. So we know they've been there.
Yes. Yeah. This whole time she's been go ahead.
Yeah. She's been into yoga for a while.
Yeah.
You've been sticking a yoga mat under the bed.
There's finally a second yoga mat to go with her. They've started doing it together. And very sweet. The stuffed pig is still here, and you can put it in the kids' room. It can be passed down.
Yeah. There's rattles. There's one pink and one blue. They don't know if it'll be a boy or a girl. They're going to let the rattle decide. They're going to put the baby in between the two rattles and see which one it goes for.
And he goes for the person with bacon in their pocket.
Yeah, like it always does. Sausages. It says the baby.
Oh gosh. And there's finally some professional success here. The main character has a bunch of extra copies of this children's book that she's illustrated. Real as hell. We forgot to mention this. The house before this, or one before that, she gets a walking stick. Yes.
She starts walking with a cane here because her chronic health stuff has continued to develop.
Yes.
As a thing. So she's not, she's disabled in some way. She has a Wacom tablet and a wrist brace, so more professional electronic drafting.
Hey, Gary, can I tell you, I am so proud of you for pronouncing Wacom correctly. Yeah.
How do you think I was going to pronounce it?
Most people pronounce it Wacom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's not a dig at me. That's a dig at how that is usually pronounced. It's not a dig at my pronunciation. Okay.
No, that would be really shitty of me to say. Sorry.
Sorry
if that came across that way.
It'd be like guppy of you to say is the adjective. But I do mispronounce things a lot if it's not a real word.
Yeah.
If it's a name brand, I've never heard anyone speak it. It just looks like Wacom to me. Yeah. Wacom. And the nursery, I like the nursery. You can put things kind of on the floor because that's nurseries.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be there. The other characterization thing that is not in the notes that I noticed, because we're at the end of the game, believe it or not, is finding room for feminine hygiene products.
Yes.
These women have so many different kinds of tampons in a way that does not feel true to my lived experience living with women. Having like four or five different kinds of things. And then when they move in, they don't use the same tampons, which I get. That's a very personal preference and stuff. But it was very funny as I just pulled out feminine hygiene product after feminine hygiene product.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you need all of them?
A lot of those boxes to account for. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that they now have hers and hers tampons of different brands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you place your last thing, and if you exit out on the nursery, it says, "Oh, we're so looking forward to meeting you." And it ends with a little song about unpacking things. I think sung from our main character's perspective.
Yeah. Yep. The indie game tradition that was dead for a while of having a vocal song.
Yes.
At the end, by Plants vs. Zombies, kind of did. It's weird that they use the same song. It actually pivots now that she has a lawn. There are zombies on that lawn. This is a real problem.
GLaDOS is there providing counterpoint.
Yeah, it's kind of a duet between the sunflower and GLaDOS. And that's unpacking. Those are the things you glean, from it. The idea of a story or a poem or even like a piece of art or a song about unpacking would work for me.
Yes.
I just need a little bit more lyricism. Like I need some artistry to it. Like the poet, I need poetry.
Yeah.
Like, and there, to me, this is a story with no poetry, which falls flat for me.
Yeah.
You know the facts of it. I know this girl really well. I know the things that have happened to her. There's no, the beauty of like image, a turn of phrase, a metaphor that absolutely nails it.
Yeah.
Things like that. The kind of things I look for in narrative content.
Yeah.
I guess.
And my side of it is I find the directness and sparseness of this to be kind of just what I need in it. Would I like more directness, more lyricism? Absolutely. Would it take away if it was more direct? Probably not very much. It depends on how it was done.
Be a different game.
Yeah. Like absolutely be a different game.
Be gone home. It'd be gone home with unpacking things. Like,
yeah, I think that this is like just the right number of complementary elements that individually work for me that prop each other up. Take any of them away or move them too much, suddenly it falls over. I think that this is such a weird game to put a score on, but like this is not game of the year, oh my god, forever kind of stuff. I think this is very neat. I think it is a fun thing for somebody to have tried and succeeded, at least as far as I am concerned. I understand how it will not work. I totally understand. I totally hear where you're coming from, even if I can't feel it entirely because I had a different experience. But like this is kind of like an epitome of like an 8.0, 8.5 to me.
Yeah, and I get where you're coming from as well. If I try to change my brain into a shape that likes the activity of this, so I didn't feel like the narrative drips that I was getting, that I was kind of interested in the detective stuff, discovering something about the character, wasn't like I didn't have to put away 40 books in between each time I got a drop of that.
Yeah.
Like if you learn things at a more frequent pace, I might have felt more connected to it. But and the space in between those things was something I didn't enjoy very much. It was okay. I enjoyed it at first, and then I would get to a new room and be like, oh, same books go on the same shelves.
She's got more of them. Here's a new edition. Here's a new edition of the D&D.
Yeah. And she's got a new shelf, seems reasonable. If that didn't fill me with like exhaustion, then I probably would have felt kinder to the drips and drabs of like story stuff you get to it, for me. It is what it is. It's the coziest game we've ever done.
I don't know that I'm going to go much cozier.
Thank God.
Right?
I mean, Stardew Valley is pretty cozy, even though neither of us played it like a cozy game.
Right.
We don't have cozy game brains. You don't have a cozy game brain. You have an organization brain.
Yes. Yeah.
And kind of a sentimental, approach to stories. But you're not into like, what if a tender frog ran a tea shop, but everything was free because it's a friend frog.
Yeah, I am not breaking down the door to run an alpaca boulangerie, like,
Yes.
right? Like
Yeah.
that's not me. Yeah,
No.
this if you take any of the humanity away from this, it suddenly starts being too much. It's already a shade too twee for my personal tastes.
Yeah. If you, a very fond memory of me is telling Liv how you played Stardew and her horrified reaction to that. Like, I don't know how much you know this. I think we talked about it in the episode, but how much you play Stardew like a freak compared to how people play it.
Oh, absolutely. No, I know.
A bunch of my friends are real into Stardew. My friend Jen came as one of the characters for Stardew, the Halloween party, and everything, like big Stardew in my orbit. And every single one of them like wants to date and have fun farming and stuff. And you're setting up like it's like a Factorio. If it could be a slaughterhouse, it would be. You know, mostly. Yeah. The complex. You set up a complex.
Yeah, no.
You know, yeah. You have to harvest at Kay's compound for a certain number of years before you're free.
It gets pretty dark when you start considering that I enlist those fairies. I'm putting them to work. They do my harvesting.
"Quote unquote enlist." But it's so this is drive-by coziness on the show. Like neither of us really have cozy brain, but if something is cozy and it appeals to another part of our brain, then you might get on there.
And there are some games that are like cozy adjacent, but like I'm very amenable to some of the reads on like what passes as a cozy game, like that being kind of like regressive in some pretty gross ways that like if you think about them at all,
like
starts being like it starts being tradwife cottagecore kind of things, or like degendered tradwife. It's just like, you know, I don't know, I fired up, there's a game called The Tenants that I wanted to play because I wanted like a little jolt of this kind of decorating kind of thing, but also it's a little bit The Simsy. You are playing a landlord and it's super cozy and it's play for laughs that you're like sabotaging places to make people leave of their own accord so you can
Ghostmaster but for landlords.
You know, so there's a bunch of discourse on cozy games that you can go and seek out that I am amenable to, but like, I don't know, there has to be something in addition to just that soft aesthetic to get me paying attention.
Yeah, it takes all kinds. You know, you were just out here for PRGE and we walked down the artist alley and stuff, and someone's making a game that's this without the, you know, it's just put stuff places. That looked super cozy. And Liv, my wife was like, "Oh, that looks like really fun. Like I would love to just decorate houses, you know." And I get some joy out of doing that in The Sims. You know, that gives me there's a little bit of extra wrinkle there that kind of makes me want to decorate and makes me project. Like I can be like, this is me, how I do it, you know? That's unpacking. If you're listening to this and you're any kind of marginalized person and you have a project or product you would like us to shout out, please send me an email at Gary@Duckfeed.tv, including any information you think I would want, and we'd be happy to do so.
If you have thoughts about unpacking, you'll have a little bit of time when this comes out to write in, or thoughts on Monster Train 2 or Hitman Blood Money, our premium episode for this month. Go to duckfeed.tv/contact and write in by November the 15th. And if you have thoughts about Wasteland 3, our winter RPG for December, that deadline is December the 15th.
If you become a patron, patreon.com/duckfeedtv for $5 a month, you get all those bonus episodes. So Hitman Blood Money, but Wasteland is not getting truncated. The Duckfeed guarantee is we're not going to do that. Cover most of a game, and then if you want to hear the end, you have to become a patron. We're going to have a bonus episode for our patrons then, but we give out a free episode of this, or a full episode of this show every month that you don't get otherwise, and a bunch of other bonus shows.
Yes.
It is a good value.
Good shit coming up too. We've got that Eddington episode coming up.
Or Beau is Afraid.
Beau is Afraid, sorry.
Eddington 2026.
We have that Beau is Afraid episode coming up on Unfilmable. Adaptation Decay. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we've got the Fallout. Series.
We're recording that tomorrow. It's gonna be just in time for the new season,
which I'm excited for. Yeah,
me too. Like rewatching the thing, I was just fuck.
Oh, this is good.
If you cannot do that, we understand. Instead, please rate, review, and subscribe on whatever podcast directory you use. Tell your friends, write about us on message boards. We need that. We don't advertise. And that's how more people hear about us, which is how we continue to do this.
Yes.
We need more people to come in.
Yes.
So
save the date for December the 12th through the 14th for Duckstream as well, raising money for Point of Pride. We've been doing the yearly charity stream for a very long time. It is always a great time. Come out and watch and give if you can.
Come out, watch, give if you can. It's going to be really fun. Yeah. And as always, big thanks to our producer, Gwen. Big thanks to Gwen. Until next time, what should they watch out for?
Watch out for straight people, am I right?